Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Ethan. Today we're going to be talking about conquest data cards, which ones we should be choosing, and why we should be choosing them. Don't forget, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'd love for you to come hang out with us. We have a great time over there. But anyway, let's not waste any time. Jump in this video and find out what data cards we need to be picking for conquest. All right, so with conquest going on right now, there's a lot of discussion we have as far as data disc on my Twitch channel, which ones we should pick, why we should pick them. Some comments I've had in my YouTube channel as well about what data cards we should be picking for conquest. And as you can see right here, I've got all my data cards listed right here that I currently have inside of my conquest. We're going to back out here for just a second and just to show you my progress inside of conquest. I've completed sections 1 through 4. Currently working on sector 5 right now. And we're going to talk about why we should be choosing certain data cards. But first off, let's take a look at the events that you can actually get 2 data cards from. These are only viable if you have certain characters. In the case right here, we have Darth Malik or Darth Revan. If you have Darth Malik or Darth Revan, be sure you're going to pick this data card right here up. It inflicts fear or plague on random enemy for 2 turns. When fear expires, that enemy takes 25 max health damage. If an enemy is below 50% health when fear expires, they are instantly defeated. So this right here is a really amazing data card to have if you have Darth Malik or Darth Revan. I personally do not have either one of these, so I'm not going to be able to get these right here. There's another one that you can get out of here as well, and this one is winning 10 battles without using a leader in the leader slot. I personally not a fan of this. After ally has gained 7 buffs, they gain foresight for 2 turns. Whenever an ally evades, it reduces their cooldowns by 1 turn as well. I personally have not got this one unlocked. It's not a big plus for me overall, depending on the squad you're using. And a lot of the times when it comes to choosing data cards for your squads, you're going to be choosing based on what squads you have available for conquest. I'll talk about the ones that I have and why I chose them and how that can relate over to you as well. So let's take a look at my data cards now that I have currently selected all the way through up to sector 5. Okay, so here we have my full list of data cards that I currently have available to me, why I've chosen these, and what ones I'm currently using. As you can see right here, evasive techniques, as we talked about just a second ago, the 4-dot one, I personally wouldn't choose this one because this one here is almost as effective, and that other one is also based upon the amount of buffs you receive. If you have a group like Padme, with Padme lead, where you get a lot of buffs in the encounter, that data card might be useful. But I still think this one right here will actually be more beneficial to you because whenever an ally evades, they gain 13% turn meter. But we're going to go through the list right here. As you can see right here, I've got another one here. Allied healers and support gain offense equal to 54% of their max health. So if you have some really high health characters like my Padme, for example, if you have a tank that has a high health, in this case right here, it only applies to healers and support. So if you have a healer that has relatively low health, this right here is going to increase the amount of offense that they can do. Supports as well, this is going to increase the amount of offense that they can do as well. Then we got here home skills. Let me scroll back up just a little bit. Home skills, this one right here will be very useful if you have a group of characters that are, let's just say for instance in my case, Palpatine Vader, where Vader throws out a lot of dots. Allied attackers gain potency equal to 80% of their starting potency. So I actually run my Vader really high in potency. So this is an additional 80% stacked on top of that. So that gives me a better chance of landing dots on different squads and different groups that I'm facing along the way. So I use this one interchangeably sometimes when depending on the group that I'm facing. If I'm using my Palp Vader group, I'll throw this data card in here. I'll swap it out at different times for other ones as well. Then we have another one here. This is Unstable Deaccelerator. An ally deals damage to an enemy. That enemy loses 8 turns. This can be really useful if you're up against really fast squads inside of the conquest. They lose 8% turn meter whenever they deal damage. The next one is Ability Exhaust. Whenever an enemy gains 10 debuffs, they gain Ability Block for 1 turn. This is one of my actual go-to data cards that I choose, and the reason being is I use Vader, Palp, a lot of squads that apply debuffs. So anytime I get 10 debuffs applied, It automatically applies ability block for 1 turn, and it cannot be resisted. That data card goes hand in hand with this one right here, and that is thermal exhaust. Whenever an enemy gains 5 debuffs, they gain 2 stacks of thermal detonator, which cannot be resisted. This effect does not stack, so you cannot stack multiple ones of these inside of your equipped beta disc in the hopes that you will get more stacks of thermal detonator. So this one here is a really, really good one if you're using, like I said, someone that applies a massive amount of dots. Then you got lots of thermal detonators, and as a thermal detonator explodes, I've been able to beat groups that I normally wouldn't be able to beat simply because of the thermal detonators exploding, killing those squads, and just completely wiping them out. Here we have the Perseverance. I personally do not use this one. It says whenever an ally attacks out of turn, they attack again, limit once per turn, and all damage allied units deal is reduced by 30%. I don't want my damage reduced whatsoever. A lot of times you have retribution, you have other things that allow your squad to attack out of turn, so I want them dealing as much damage as possible inside of each and every squad that I'm facing. This is another one that is potentially a good use for you, and that is when an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy gains 5% turn meter and 1 damage over time per turn. The Volatile Accelerator is another one that can be potentially used if you're using a group that applies a massive amount of dots. It can be useful, however, I don't really like applying the turn meter to the enemy squads because I don't want them going any at all, if at all possible. So I avoid this one most of the time. And then we have another Zealous Ambition. This one here is just basically the same as the higher level one that we talked about earlier. This is just healers and support gain offense equal to 44% of their max health. I personally use ones like this. For example, I use a Padme group a lot of times, and this one here is just really useful. It increases health on some of the members of the squad. So offense greatly helps. You can or cannot use this. Sometimes there are some better ones available than this one. So be sure if you get those, equip those if you have no others available at the current time. As you can see, as we're going down the list right here, you can see that we have other ones that are lower quality. But again, same effect. It doesn't stack 5 debuffs. They get that stack of thermal detonator, which can be resisted. Early on, this can be a good one to help you get back past some early squads that you might not be able to reach or get past at the current point in the game. Depending on what difficulty you're playing on. And then the next one here is 20% offense, 17% crit damage. This one here I actually use over some of the other ones, for example, like the Zealous Ambition, where only allied healers and support get offense. In this case right here, this is global. All characters get offense, 20% offense, 17% crit. I will use these occasionally early on, but as I get farther along inside of each sector, this is not quite as useful because you can gain greater benefits by some of the later data cards as well. And here we have a home skill one. Attackers gain potency equal to 40% of their starting potency. Again, this does stack with the other potency one. As you can see right here, it does stack. So this one right here is actually pretty good early on inside of the game as well. So this is a good one to pick sometime. And then we have again another version of the evasion up. Whenever an ally evades, they gain 7% turn meter. Again, as you get farther and farther along in each sector, there are better quality ones, better ones that you can pick inside of each and every section. So be sure that you're replacing those, especially ones that do not stack, like the thermal detonator one. Those do not stack, so be sure you're swapping those out, swapping newer ones in that have better quality. So here we have the critical support one. Whenever ally scores a critical hit on an enemy, all allies recover 8% health. This can be potentially very, very good, especially if the squads that you are using have a high crit rate. So if you're getting crits, a lot of the time, this one can be really good to keep your characters healthy, to keep your squad healthy over the entire event. And then we have Insatiable here. Allied units gain 14% health steal and 14% defense penetration. The defense penetration is really, really good against higher level squads that you just can't really damage a lot to. And again, it only takes 1 dot, so 1 section, 1 point is going to be equipped. So this is a really good one to throw in there as well. And then finally, down here at the bottom, we have whenever ally gains a buff, they also recover 4% protection. This again is for groups like Padme, other groups where you were receiving buffs throughout the entire event. Gaining that protection gets your characters protection up, 4% protection. And there's another version of it right there. And then we got Critical Formation 2. This is the last one here. All allies recover 12% protection. I will use this one right here occasionally whenever I'm facing certain groups. Again, I use Padme a lot, so I use this Critical Formation one. That way I get more protection. More protection over the long run allows me to do more damage, keeps my characters alive. And there we go. There are the current list of data cards, the data list that I have. Again, these are really subjective with the groups that you're using. If you have groups that use a lot of dots or do a lot of damage over time, pick certain ones. If not, pick other ones. So base your decisions upon what is available to you, what squad you're currently using, and you can swap them in and out. I know it costs energy, but occasionally it is going to be for your best benefit to swap certain data cards out to help you get farther along into each and every sector. So here we are up in Sector 5, and this is a group that we're going to be facing. We got Newt. We've got some bugs in there. We've got Count Dooku. We've got Django. So you're saying to yourself, what should I be using against this group right here? Personally, I can probably overpower this group using some of my squads. But right now, since I've been talking about Padme, let's talk about her. Use her in this group right here. So I'm going to swap out this group right here. So as you can see right here, we got rid of the Night Sisters. Night Sisters I use against bugs 99.9% of the time, because even at lower levels, the Night Sisters can get rid of bugs very easily, even if they are really outgeared. Night Sisters are just a really good counter against bugs. So let's pick my group right here. I'm going to choose Padme. We're going to choose Gas. We're going to choose Anakin. And we're going to choose Kenobi. And then we're also going to choose Ahsoka as well. And as you see right here, all of them are at 100%. This Padme group right here, I'll go back after I do this attack to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Gas, as you can see, is inside of this group. He is a Galactic Republic, which is he's going to benefit from these buffs. I do not currently have a Gas and clone group, so I use my Gas with my Padme, and it absolutely destroys. So if you want to see some content of my Gas in action inside of this Padme group, go check out my TikTok. Same thing as my YouTube, SWGoH. So go through a watch on it. So let's go in here and let's see what we can do right here. So here we are inside the event. We've got Newt. Newt's going to go invisible because of Count Dooku. We've got Django, who is invisible as well. We've got one bug up right here. That is Sunpack. So right off the bat, we've got Burning on us. We're going to use Padme's ability right here. We're going to get protection up on everybody. We're going to use Gas's second ability right here. He's going to throw up Armor Shred. He's going to do AoE, daze everybody. And as you can see right here, we've got our group right here. So let's use Ahsoka. We're going to get rid of one bug. We're going to use Anakin's ability, AoE. We're going to take this group down relatively easy. We've got cooldown on us right here. So first thing we're going to work on is getting rid of Count Dooku because he has the counter ability. So I should be able to easily just one-shot him right here. Boom, boom. There is Count Dooku down right there. And next we're going to work on Django Fett. Right now, Django does not have immunity, and that is a good thing for us. So let's get rid of Django right here. Shot, and we're going to use Gas on it. Boom. Almost down. We got to kill him twice because he's so nice. Again, they're going to get their turns. Let's hit Django again. Django goes down. He comes right back up. And we got Newt's going to use his ability on us. And as you can see right here, my General Kenobi is already almost dead. So let's get rid of Django real quick. Django is dead. All right, now we can focus on Newt. Let's kill Newt. So right here, we're going to use Ahsoka's ability to heal. So let's hit Newt. There he is, half health. We've got to kill him twice just because. We've already killed him one time, so there's a second time around. Newt is dead. All we've got left is Poggle. I really don't need to heal up, but I probably am just to be safe. You never know. So let's take down Poggle. And there we go. We've taken down the entire Separatist group right here. Victory, 3 stars. Now we're going to go back and look at the actual equipped data cards that I currently have. So here are the current data cards that I have equipped. All allies gain evasion up for 2 turns at the start of their turn. So again, turn meter whenever they evade. So turn meter is king. Allied healers and support gain offense equal to 54% of their max health. Again, this applies to Padme. Padme is falls under the healer or support category. Allied attackers gain potency equal to 80% of their potency. This is what I use whenever I use my Vader group. And then down here at the bottom, we have unstable deaccelerator. Whenever an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy loses 8% turn meter. So again, we don't want our enemies taking turn. Again, we have another one right here. Here we have ability exhaust. Whenever an enemy gains 10 debuffs, they gain ability block for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. And then we have, again, right here, thermal exhaust. Whenever an enemy gains 5 debuffs, they gain 2 stacks of thermal detonator, which cannot be resisted. This works well, not quite as well with Padme. This, however, does work really, really well with groups like Vader, Palpatine, anything that applies a debuff. It works really well if you have a Darth Revan. Any group that can apply debuffs. It works also with Night Sisters. So again, basing your data cards, data disks that you're going to be using off the squads that you have available to you are really what it comes down to, and will they benefit from this? So look at their abilities. What do they use? Ability block here. If you're using Pal, Vader, getting throwing debuffs up, this is going to be an ability block on them, so they can't use their abilities. So here we go. This is what data disc you should be choosing, why you should be choosing them. But if you have any more questions, leave a comment down in the section below. We'll try and answer them as best I can. And if need be, we'll make a second video to help each and every one out with choosing data disc for Conquest. All right, so here we are. Hope you enjoyed this video. Appreciate all of you for watching it. And until next time, much love, peace out, and we'll see you soon.